Hey, it's Lauri. I want to share an extra mini-sode with you as often as I can in the alternate weeks because I want to be there for you and with you. I'm loving being in this conversation, and I've been hearing back that it's helping. So, this is a way that we can keep this conversation alive in your life, create momentum, and help you immerse yourself in the spiritual path that is soulful speaking and the coming home to yourself that comes with that. Here's one of those mini-sodes. I hope you enjoy it. I have a question for you. Is your presence aligned with your message? Another way of saying that is your presence aligned with you, the you that you are now? Even better, is your presence aligning with the you that you are becoming? Is your presence aligned with your soul's calling? Here's the thing. While you may be sitting there thinking, of course it is, how could it not be? Most of us are probably not as fully aligned with our soul as we could be. As soon as we release something that's not us and we transform and come home to another level of ourselves, we need to align again. There's both no there to get to, and we're never done. That's why speaking is a spiritual path. It's that image of the evolution of humans thing again. We're speaking from an instrument, our body voices, that's a couple of generations of consciousness evolution back. We've all been raised in a world that's modeling a voice of suppression and teaching us to wear emotional masks and energetic armor to suppress our natural radiance and to hide our primal life force. Because of that, our voices often don't match where we are now, and they really don't match where we're headed. This is all over the traditional public speaking world, so it creeps in even when we aren't trying to do it their way. The trauma of speaking to perform can live on in our muscle memory. It's a bit like having a TV from the 1950s that's trying to play an HD movie. Your signal, your primal life force, is that HD signal. You are high definition. But because of the way that we've all been raised, you may be walking around as the 1950s version of your television set self without realizing it. Sometimes we do realize it, but we have a hard time stopping it. We know that during the high stakes situation of the green camera light or the red carpet, an old version of ourselves that we've grown past everywhere else in our life takes over. Our body, our breath, and our energy habits are what pull us toward that 1950s TV set version of ourselves. Over a decade ago, 12, 13 years, I think, during a leadership program with what became my trusted leadership tribe, I stood at the front of the room and I spoke amazing, poetic, inspirational words, and they fell completely flat. I mean, flat as a pancake. And what they reflected back to me was that while the words that I said were awesome, something felt off. Something felt out of sync. Looking back, I was absolutely the 1950s rickety old television set version of myself with the antenna ears and the staticky signal. They did me a favor by sharing with me that everything I said fell flat, that something was off. And now, by bringing my instrument that I've trained in the theater over into my speaking, I now know how to harness my body, my breath, and my energy in the moments that matter the most to me in order to show up as the high def version of me, broadcasting the full, crystal clear signal of my primal life force. And I know that that is what I'm here to help other sensitive visionaries, ambitious empaths, and loving rebels that are here to change the world to do. Speaking is a spiritual practice of releasing everything that is not our true selves. That's why I love that Michelangelo quote. I saw the angel in the marble, and I carved until I set him free. I love that quote because we are each those blocks of marble with an angel inside. And the world has layered all of the extra layers of marble on top. Soulful speaking, fully embodying our aligned presence, is not about being something else. It's about removing those layers of marble that we don't need and showing up as our innate, fully alive selves. Some things to be on the lookout for. Once upon a time, you might have believed that when you're speaking, you need to keep the peace, or please others, or prove your worth. And those old beliefs back then created physical and energetic habits that once protected you, but they don't serve your larger impact or your soul's purpose. Notice your habits. Is your body working really hard when you speak? Are you smiling or making jokes or amping up your energy to be a certain way because you feel like you have to, or that's what speaking is? It's not. You are enough, exactly as you are in this moment. The same is true. You are enough, exactly as you are, when you step up on a stage or in front of a green camera light. However you are is enough. You don't need to work harder or smile more or joke more. You have a 1 in 8 billion, one-of-a-kind radiance and a message and a magic and a purpose that you are here to fulfill. Sometimes, in the intensity of speaking on a stage or shooting a TikTok video, we unintentionally show up wearing a mask of what we think we need to be taken seriously, to be accepted, to belong, or even to be loved. Even if we've moved on from that in our lives, it can come back up on stage or in videos, even on podcasts. The mask is not the true us. It's an emotional mask that we sometimes wear to protect our true selves. I've got a quiz for you that's been called intuitive and deep with a side of wacky fun. Go to my website, voice-matters.com, hover over quizzes in the top menu, and select Speaker Alter Ego Quiz from the drop-down. Take the Speaker Alter Ego Quiz now to find out which protective mask hides your natural radiance so you can learn how to get present, connect deeply, and share your vision when it matters most.